Thanks for joining us for a market update, watch and state of the economy. I am Sam Ratner, Keller Williams Realty. I'll jump into that for a second, but we are posting up on Facebook Live. We've got some Zoom folks jumping in and joining with us as well also. But again, thank you for being here. I'm Sam Ratner, CEO of CTproperties, Keller Williams Realty. Ruth, my wife and partner, and I own and operate top 1% real estate team here in Connecticut, and a license in Florida, and have teammates in every town in the country to help support you. We know you have choices when it comes to real estate, and we'd like to have a good conversation with you. The average realtor, just to give you a quick little who we are, what we are, for those that don't know who we are, average realtor sells 10 homes a year. Last year, we sold 110. We don't say that to impress you, just impress upon you. We know what it takes to get homes sold. We know when you buy a home or sell a home, you're left with two things. When you sell a home, you're left with the equity in your home and your customer experience. When you buy a home, you're left with your new home and your customer experience. We strive to provide a stress-free and quality customer experience for you and your family. And it's just kind of a quick summary for us. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's kind of jump into Penny, if I can get Pierre. Yeah, no, let's start there. Pierre, just give me my next slide, please. Just so it's there. Cool, thanks. Let's get ready. I got a quick little opener for you, but let's just strap in for another interesting real estate year. Let's start off by discussing, do we really have an inventory issue? Housing inventory remains far below pandemic levels at times when 6.2 million homes sold nationwide. That's the most since 2007, when we had the economic crash. Before that, it was 2005 and 6, where it sold just over 6.2. Many shoppers experience joy and find a new or replacement home in 2022, while others may find it yet another challenging year. This time of year is when sellers are getting ready to get ready, and buyers are finding their dream home, and investors are looking to purchase even more homes. Short and simple, there is an inventory shortage. We have been experienced for many years, and it's not going away anytime soon, guys. Great for sellers, yet challenging for buyers. The hot spring market, which has already started and never really ended, looks to be as fierce as last year was, and inventory still at all-time lows. I'm going to go into a lot of all of this for us. All that being said, don't fret. There is greatness in the message. Interest rates have been and still are at all-time lows, allowing sellers to enjoy higher sale prices, and buyers being able to purchase them. What does it all look like? Let's just kind of jump in, fast forward a little bit, and talk about some information. P, if I get my next slide, please. Cool, thanks. This is just a quick snapshot, folks. We look at this data and have for years. We looked at it before COVID hit. We've been looking at it for the last 15 years. This is data direct from the Multiple Listing Service. Multiple Listing Service makes up the entire state of Connecticut. So what does the last 7 days look like? The last 7 days, there's been 700 plus new listings on the market, 13, almost 1,400 that went under contract, and nearly 1,000 that sold and closed. What does that mean? Twice as many homes are going under contract, that 1371, as what came new to the market. There's your shortage of inventory. There's some of the problem that's going on. That picture has been the same picture since when COVID hit, March 13th. Going forward from there, before that, it was a different picture. I'll talk about that as I get into a couple more slides, but what's been happening since COVID hit, 2020, 21, this exact picture. Twice as many homes on the contract as what gets listed every single day in the state of Connecticut. Excellent. Next slide. Quick little look at what is going on. I'll just cut off some of the information this way, unfortunately. Let me fix that, move my chat box out of here. There we go. Sorry, folks. What I wanted to look at is I wanted to take a quick snapshot, take a look at what's happening in New Haven County. Didn't want to look at the entire state, didn't want to start throwing out national information for everybody. I wanted to be a little bit more macro, but if anybody wants to know true macro, what's happening in your neighborhood, your block, your home, your town, get in touch with me. We're going to get in touch with folks afterwards, get in touch with me afterwards, and we can drill right down to your home, your neighborhood, what's happening. But New Haven County, I'm going back and looking at the year before COVID hit, 2019, and then the last 2 years, what's been happening. In 19, 7,700 homes sold. These are only single family homes. They're not condos, they're not multis, it's not commercial, it's only single family homes. 7,700 homes sold. COVID hit, 1,000 more homes sold, 13% more. Last year, 9,000 homes sold, only about 300 more. And as you see, it's kind of starting to, I want to call it normalize, plateau, level off a little bit from that big spike from 19. A lot of that is really that lack of inventory. Yeah, if we jump to the next one. What's happening with prices over that time? In 19, average sale price was 270s. In 20, it jumped up $30,000 to 307. 11% appreciation. Inventory only really, real estate only expects nationwide on the average a 4% appreciation over time that they've been tracking it since the 70s and then some. Steady 4%. We had a dip during the 08 to 010 crash. It went way below that 4%. Here in Connecticut, we've been flat since 2010 all the way up until 2020, 10 years. It's been 1% or so appreciation. We're now finally getting to enjoy it. So thank goodness for us here in Connecticut, where other parts of the country, these numbers are through the roof. 2020, we're at 307. Fast forward to what happened last year, it jumped another $50,000 up to 356. We have a number of buyers that bought in 2018, 2019, thought that I'm going to be here long term, that we've been talking to, and other folks that we chat with. They bought for the 270s, and now they're realizing their home is 325, 350. Those numbers only get bigger and different at different sides of it. Whether it's 400 went up to 550, which is not unusual. If it was, and what's happening is the bigger, more expensive homes are selling as well also. Yeah, if I grab the next slide, please. Days on market. This is a pretty straightforward one, guys. 2019, we saw that 77 homes sold. Less than 3,000 homes sold in the first 30 days. Homes were taking 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 months for a home to sell. Home would go on the market. It wouldn't get showings. It wouldn't get offers. Marketing, advertising, promotion would happen. Sellers doing staging, sellers doing painting. Same thing still happens, maybe not as much. And homes are still selling, sitting. Sellers want to move on. Prices are getting reduced. That's kind of what was going on. 2020 hits, COVID, March 13th. 2 weeks, that last 2 weeks of March was very quiet. As soon as April 1st came, things were just through the roof. Couldn't keep a home on the market. And I'm going to show that to you in the next slide or two as well also. I got to move my chat box, excuse me. 2020 hit. Of those 8,700 homes, half of them went under contract. 4,000 went under contract in the first 30 days. Most of those were happening within the first week to 7 days. 2021 hit, 9,000 homes sold, 5,000 of them, 150%, almost 60% of them sold in the first 30 days. Really what was happening though, it was on fire, absolutely on fire. I'll give you a quick story. We had a client over in Meriden. Beautiful house, really nice, built 2005. Went in, absolutely gorgeous condition, staged to the T's, freshly painted, absolutely gorgeous. not such a great neighborhood. It really belongs, that home, in a completely different neighborhood, a completely different town. Went in, had a lot of conversation back and forth with the seller. We agreed that the price was probably about 220, 230 or so. And if we may miss that mark because of the neighborhood, then we may need to address that price. But addressing that price meant that we were coming on Thursday. And if by Monday, that's really how fast this conversation was happening. If by Monday we had no showings and no offers, we needed to do a price reduction and we needed to get down quickly. They agreed. We all had that tough conversation. We put it on the market at $230,000. Listed it Thursday, encouraged them to go away for the weekend. Knew it was going to be on fire. It's just how the market was at that time. They went away for the weekend. By Sunday afternoon, probably about 2 o'clock or so, they said, "Can you please turn off showings? We don't want any more showings." They'd already had over 100 showings. By the time that evening came, we already had 40 offers. We turned off showings. Agents all knew we were accepting offers up until Monday at noon. Monday at noon, we received another dozen offers. We had 52 offers on his $230,000 home in Meriden. Seller wound up, and the prices went up as high as $295,000, guys. Things were on fire. I don't see anything changing tremendously different for this coming spring market. I typically work on the listing side. Ruth works on the buying side. Ruth is having the same frenzy and same problem. Maybe not with as larger quantities as 10, 20, 30, 40 offers, but she's still bumping up against every day of multiple offers. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 offers every single day. Let's just talk for a second why these homes were staying on the market longer, because in 2020 and 2021, we still had homes on the market 30 to 60 days and 61 to 90 days. I put them in that order because I wanted you to see what was going on. The reason those homes are still sitting 30 to 60 and 61 to 90, wrong price, wrong condition. There's 3 reasons a home sells: price, condition, and marketing. Price being the number 1. When a seller tries to push the home for too much, even though the market's on fire, the buyers still recognize, yeah, that's a bit much. You're not going to have showings and you won't have offers, or you'll have showings and you won't have offers. Just kind of a quick snapshot on that. Next slide, please. There's a lot of big fallacies out there. I hear from realtors on a regular basis. Only 5% of realtors sell 95% of homes. It's just kind of a stat here in our area and also nationwide of the 1.6 million realtors that are out there. I was hearing from a lot of people, oh, every home is selling for cash. The people that are going with conventional financing and FHA or CHAFA or a VA loan, nobody's getting a loan. All these homes are being sold by cash. Well, it's not true. This is stats, again, right from the multiple listing service. It shows consistently conventional financed homes. Conventional homes are sold with conventional financing, fixed financing. And it's been consistent before COVID also. It was typically about 50%. And if you look at 19, 20, and 21, it was 46, 52. Last year was 54%. It still outshines all the rest of them. The next most prevalent buyer that was out there was FHA. FHA buyers, there's a lot of them out there. It still runs about 20% of the buyers out there. FHA isn't just for somebody that doesn't have any money and is finance challenged. There's many buyers out there that $500,000, million and change that are choosing to buy with FHA money, meaning 3.5% down, because they're looking to preserve their money. If you think about it, if somebody's looking to buy a $500,000 home, $500,000 home, and they don't want to have to pay that PMI, primary mortgage insurance, if they don't want to pay that for a couple $100, well, then they have to put down 20%. If you're buying a home for $500,000 and you have the cash available, Do you want to put down 20%, $100,000 and just put it into your home and not be able to use it where you can get better returns on it? No, they're buying homes at 3.5% and they're still buying homes. The next group that was getting those homes were those cash buyers. And it's a very small number. It still only comes out to be about 15%. That number, if you look on the cash, 1,200, 1,200, and 1,200 has been consistent for the last 3 years. So it's actually shrinking if you look at it that way. Next slide, please. I wanted to take a quick snapshot and get a little bit more macro. Say, great, I've been looking at Cheshire, all of this, I've been looking at New Haven all of this time. I want to take a quick snapshot, what's going on in Cheshire. I can do this for anybody, for any town throughout the entire state of Connecticut. Be happy to do it for you, be happy to sit down and have a conversation with you at the dining room table. 2019, okay, we're talking about, the reason I bring this up is because we're really talking about this inventory shortage. How could there be an inventory shortage if we're selling more homes every single year? And this is the picture I wanted to bring up and show for us. 2019, 300 homes sold in Cheshire. Average sale price $347. At that time, at any given time throughout the month or throughout the year, there was only about 80 homes active on the market for sale. If I look back pre-crash of 08 to 010, it was about 120. Whole different life, whole different time. 2019, 80 homes active on the market and 300 homes sold, and that had been consistent for the last couple of years. In 20, the price went up, excuse me, some $30,000. And 10% more homes sold, 333 homes sold in Cheshire. And at that time, there was on average only about 60 homes available for sale active at any given time. More homes sold, less homes available. Jump to last year, prices went from $380 average sale price to $463. Unbelievable, 21%. Now we had some new construction in there. When I take out the new construction, that sales of $340 drops down to about $315. So that's new construction, drives up that average sale price a little bit. But even when I took out the new construction, that average sale price was still $440s. It didn't change it that much. And look what happened with active inventory at that time. At any given time, there's only about 35 homes active available on the market for sale. There was a couple of weeks in springtime where we hit 45 and 55. And at the end of that week, they were off and gone again. But for the average, there's about 35 homes. I ran what's active in Cheshire just 2 days ago. There's 20 homes active and available on the market for sale. And you know what? At the end of the day, we're still going to have probably about 300 plus homes sell in Cheshire. They're going to come on, they're going to go off, and it's just what's happening right away. Sellers are going to get a great enjoyment because of what's going on. Buyers will be challenged to find them, and that's where we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can help the buyers also. Next slide, please, Pam. I wanted to give everybody a little bit of a bonus towards the end here. How does Ruth, how do we help our buyers become great buyers? How do we get to sell 110 homes when there's so little inventory and so many more homes are selling and your average realtor is selling 10 homes? We look to give our buyers some great bonuses. 9 of them that I laid out here for us is we try and get our buyers to get a full underwritten approval, not a mortgage commitment, not a mortgage pre-qualification. Get you as the buyer to go meet with the mortgage broker and get an approval, meaning that all you have to do is identify the house, bring that to your mortgage broker and say, great, you're approved. All you need now is just your appraisal, and then we can get to closing. 2, if you're buying for cash, make sure you have proof of funds. Make sure you have that lined up. Make sure you have a letter from your finance, your bank, your finance house, whoever that happens to be for you. Giving context. We like to have you, as they buy or write a letter, a little love letter to the seller. A lot of the states, a lot of the organizations, a lot of the multiple listing services are not allowing these love letters anymore. And that's where I'll get into a little bit to a well-written offer and relationships. 4, we're going to talk about contingencies. Many buyers are choosing to strip away contingencies because they see the home. They've already seen a number of homes. Yeah, I don't need an inspection. I'm going to buy it as is. I'm going to buy it for informational purposes only. How is Ruth also helping to get buyers into contract and beat out other buyers? By doing an escalation clause. Number 5, meaning that you're willing to offer $310,000 for that house, but you're only going to put an offer in for $300 or $295 because it's listed at $290, and you're willing to go to $310. You don't want to go too silly with it. Ruth will then write the contract, say, great, I'll buy it, we'll go to $310, and it'll actually go $1,000 above your highest offer that you have. So if a buyer comes in at $310, you'll go to $311, win that contract. 6, post-closing occupancy for sellers. Many sellers are in a tough situation. We get their home sold, but they don't have a place to go. Some sellers are getting 30 and 60 days of occupancy from you as a buyer or from the buyers, because the buyers may already be living with family. They may already be in a rental. They may have already sold the house themselves. They can offer to afford the seller that opportunity. And sometimes that seller may take a little bit less for the house because they can stay and not feel stressed out. Cash-backed offers programs, making sure we're writing well-written offers, and then our relationships are key in all of this, making sure that all of these conversations, how do we drive all of that attraction? How do we get that seller that had 150, 140 showings? A lot of it is all through our relationships. It's through us talking to other top realtors in the area, other realtors asking us, hey, what do you have coming on the market? We talking to them, making sure we're joining in and doing all of that. Your typical realtor will do 3 Ps. When they're listing a house, they'll put the sign in the ground, they'll put it on the MLS, and they'll pray like heck that they got the right price and it gets sold. We're going steps above and beyond that. We've got a full team behind us supporting us. We have inside sales folks that are out making phone calls on a daily basis. Ruth and I are connecting with our realtors. It's those relationships. Next slide, please. We're just about done. Let's talk about what helps us get here, the state of the economy. This may be shocking for a lot of people, but I want to jump into it because it is really important. Go ahead, Penny, up here. Thank you. I have a lot of sellers that I sit with on a regular basis and talk to on the phone, and Ruth has buyers that has the same conversation. These prices are crazy. I'm not going to pay $350,000. Just two years ago, it was $275,000. I'm going to wait for prices to come down. Well, it was $275,000, and at that time, interest rates were some 4% or so. I just want to show a quick picture as to what happens if you think you want to wait because you don't want to pay a certain number because it's in your brain. I'm not going to pay that much for a house. A house today at $350,000, a 2.5% interest rate, is costing a buyer $1,380. If that buyer says, or the seller, pick whichever one it happens to be, they're both buying homes, that's a silly price, I'm not paying for it. I'm going to wait for the market to come down. I'm not paying. I only want to pay $300,000. Keep in mind, folks, that when prices come down, the Fed has to take care of that. How do they take care of it? They take care of it by adjusting interest rates. That gets us now back up to that 4% or so. Look what happened to the purchase price. Your mortgage, principal, and interest just went from $1,380 to $1,520. It's almost $150 more a month, just because you didn't want to pay a certain price for the house. Let's have a good, solid conversation. Let's get in touch with our top mortgage broker or brokers, and they can have this conversation with you as well also. It's not always about the price of the house. It is for the seller when they're selling it, not always for the buyer though. Next slide, please. I think we're about done there as far as that goes. We are, yes. Any questions, any comments, any chat? Anybody want to bring anything up? Bring the chat box back up again. I wanted to thank everybody for joining us today. Hope it was informative. Hope you got something out of it. If you want to sit, you want to have, you hit the next slide, Pia. If you want to sit, you want to have a conversation with us, give me a call, give Ruth a call. Love to talk to you about you, your market, what's going on, the equity that you have in your home. There's a lot of great stuff going on in the market. Nothing bad is happening necessarily right now in our world. Thanks for joining in today, guys, and have a great day. I appreciate it and look forward to getting caught up with you all.
Thanks a lot, Sam. It was great.
Absolutely. Ron, thank you for joining in. What'd you think about it, Ron?
It was good. It was very good. Very informative. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Enjoy the weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.